Hey guys, I'm going to review the video by Dr. Mike called Surprisingly Edible and Healthy Parts of Foods.
There are some surprisingly healthy parts of foods that we're just simply not eating. So let's take a look at the parts of foods that you may have been throwing away and not eating unnecessarily. And stick around to the end of the video to see one food that you should never eat. Strawberries are one of my favorite foods, but as it turns out, there's a whole lot of health benefits you can miss by avoiding the stems. Throw the entire berry.
I was told as a kid that I could die if I would eat a stem. And that's of course because it has cyanide, which is a poison. Now I understand why he doesn't for some reason.
To your smoothie, as the stems are rich in disease-fighting polyphenols and minerals. They also contain tannins that have low pH.
I learned that phenols are toxic because of how acidic they are. And of course tannins are an anti-nutrient that will hinder the digestion of basically any food.
pH levels and can actually help with digestion.
What? How can it help with digestion? Just give some kind of reasoning at least, anything at all.
Zest doesn't just mean great enthusiasm and energy, but it's also the outer covering of citrus fruit and happens to be rich in terpenes that actually give our bodies.
Terpenes also come from turpentine, and as I've also learned, they are toxic to any kind of living organisms, also human cells. What is this guy promoting? It's so ridiculous already.
Some protection from cancer cells and aging from oxidation. And it's not just the peel, but the pith, the white part around the flesh.
Yeah, everything that humans naturally don't want to eat. No. Forget everything. Ignore your natural senses and eat what he tells you. Just awesome advice.
It contains hesperidin, a phytonutrient that has been shown to lower blood.
There's no such thing as a phyto, as in plant nutrient. What are you talking about? There's only animal nutrients that we as humans need. You can define it as phytonutrients, but it's completely irrelevant because we are talking about human beings consuming these so-called foods. And for us, they are not only irrelevant, they can only be harmful. It's just not nutrients for humans.
Cholesterol, reduce blood pressure, and decrease inflammation. Outermost part of onions. No, the onion won't suck toxins out of your feet. Give me the claims. Hit me with them. It will clean your blood. God, why am I so angry? But you can
As if what you're saying isn't completely out there.
Boost nutrition of your soups, stews, and rice using onion skins. They're rich in quercetin, a flavonoid.
Why do you say boost the nutrition and then you don't actually name any nutrients? You understand that that's not a nutrient, right? Or he doesn't. I don't get it.
That has anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, anti-allergy, exercise improving, brain protecting.
What is any of this actually based on? I'm going to assume some kind of studies. He doesn't show any of them. Okay, he wants to keep it short and entertaining. At least give some kind of reasoning, anything whatsoever, because these studies are almost always done because they sell supplements, and they also, of course, want to promote vegetables because onions themselves are very toxic to humans. So to think that the outer layer is somehow all of a sudden good for you is beyond ridiculous.
Properties, just to name a few. Do aim for the red over yellow onions to get more of that quercetin boost. Praised by the liver king himself. Liver is known as nature's multivitamin as it's one of the most
It's interesting how cooked liver looks so much less appetizing.
nutrient-dense foods. It's incredibly high in vitamin A in the form of retinol, which is the already active form. It's a great low-calorie, high-protein food, but again, make sure you're watching your saturated fat and cholesterol.
Okay, yeah, obviously I'm glad that liver is included in this list, but it is not a surprisingly edible and healthy food. Everybody throughout human history knew that liver is healthy. A lot of modern people may not know that, but to include it in a list with strawberry stems, it's just, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't go together whatsoever.
Broccoli.
And of course he had to throw in that it's lean and that it doesn't have a lot of fat. And of course the drug queen also.
Broccoli and cauliflower stalks. Fun fact, did you know broccoli's actually a flower?
Yeah, and that's why it's toxic to humans. I don't think that humans should be eating flowers. Broccoli is considered to be one of the most toxic foods on Earth. Of course the stem is just as bad as everything else, if not even worse. The way the stem of the strawberries works is that when an insect tries to eat it, or any kind of bigger animal, then it releases the cyanide, and in the case of broccoli, it also releases poisons so that nobody eats it.
It's easy to look and think that the green leaves are the only
It absolutely in no way looks like food.
nutritious part of the veggie, but in reality, the stems contain healthy amounts of antioxidants and fiber just like the
Oh wow, fiber, I wouldn't have thought.
leaves. The sulforaphane found in the stems and leaves actually has potential as a cancer-fighting
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This guy is so mainstream, it's just like painful to listen to. Sulforaphane has been proven in studies to kill every cell that it touches. It doesn't only kill cancer cells, which is a whole different topic. That's not actually a good thing anyway, but I won't get into that now.
compound. Watermelon is more than the perfect summertime
Oh,
snack
no.
because while the bright red center is delicious, the rinds are useful as well. Pickled watermelon rinds are filled with citrulline, an amino acid that helps relax and dilate arteries, which can be good for your blood pressure, workouts.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What else is he gonna show?
And even
Can you believe
it?
it?
Has more fiber and potassium than the actual inside of the watermelon.
It has more fiber, so you should never eat it.
Eat your heart out might not just be an old saying after all, as beef heart has a similar texture and a
Again, how can you put watermelon, whatever you call it, the rind, and then beef heart after that? Where's the connection? It's so ridiculous.
taste to a fine steak, yet it's inexpensive, probably because folks are hesitant to eat it. But it's actually a lean piece of meat with a low saturated fat content in comparison to other meats. It is considered a high
It does actually have fat, but usually the butchers cut it off for whatever reason. People just don't want the fat nowadays.
cholesterol food, so be wary. Carrot tops. No, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about them. Remember, the orange part is actually the root of the vegetable, and the green leaf
Again, just like the strawberries and really a lot of the stuff he showed, those are man-made carrots.
portion, which can be tossed in a salad, added to a salsa or a hummus, have 6
Horrible recommendations. I don't understand how he can promote this.
times the vitamin A as compared to the orange part.
It doesn't have any vitamin A at all. It has pigments such as beta-carotene. That's not a vitamin by any definition of the word.
Pineapple cores might sound kind of off-putting, but hear me out here. The entire pineapple,
Let me guess, it has a lot of fiber.
core included, is a solid source of bromelain, a protein-digesting enzyme that has shown to have incredible medical potential, from anti-inflammatory effects to helping with fungal and bacterial infections. It is
Yeah, the reason it helps with those things is because it's insanely acidic and again kills everything that it comes in contact with. That's why you have to be very careful when you eat any kind of plant foods, because a lot of them are toxic to humans. Anything that is antibacterial, for example, is also anti-your cells.
a little less sweet and firmer, but if eaten raw, it still packs the same nutritious punch as the rest of the pineapple flesh. There's nothing
You forgot to mention that you would get stomach cramps if you would eat it.
tongue-in-cheek about tongue, or veal tongue anyway. While it may have a high cholesterol content, it is rich in zinc, iron, and vitamin B12. Both iron and vitamin B12
Nah, really, really weird that he puts all of this stuff together. Really strange.
help replenish nutrients that are low when you're anemic, while zinc is an important nutrient to keep your immune system in.
Yeah, the liver, heart, and the tongue, those are good recommendations. It's as if this video has some agenda to make you associate completely inedible foods with animal organs.
Tip-top shape, especially during a pandemic. Turns out banana peels are useful for more than just Mario Kart.
Yeah, fuck off, man. At this point, there's no way I could ever take this guy serious.
The peel contains an additional almost 80 milligrams of potassium, plus plenty of filling fiber. Banana bread actually became such
That makes no sense. Why would you also eat it?
a huge hit during the pandemic, and a simple way to start using those peels is just to throw them into the banana bread for a boost of fiber.
A boost of fiber, that's why you recommend it. What about the countless of toxins on the skin? The man-made ones, the pesticides and everything.
Care about your eyesight? Then you're going to want to hear this. Beet greens contain 2 phytonutrients, lutein and zeaxanthin, which have been shown to protect against age-related eye problems. One study actually found that people who ate foods rich in them were half as likely to get cataracts. If you're chopping the leaves from this veggie, then you're tossing away more iron per serving.
Simply go out in the sun and you're never gonna get cataracts.
Than spinach. Cucumber peels are yummy, healthy, and worth their weight in...
Oh my god, this guy doesn't understand that even if there would be some minerals in these foods, or surprisingly edible foods, then you would not be able to digest them. You can't digest the hard part of the watermelon, and also what he just showed. It's just fiber. Humans can't digest fiber. We can't get to any of it. It's completely irrelevant if some scientists found out that there's this many minerals in something that we can't digest anyway.
Okay, maybe not that last part, but the first 2 are true. Sadly, when you peel a cucumber, you're lowering the vitamin K content by about 56% than if you were to eat it whole. And vitamin K supports bone health and blood clotting. Just be sure
K2.
to wash it well to remove the wax coating that's often applied to prevent bruising during transport. And if possible, aim for the organic sort to reduce possible pesticide contamination. Full kiwis, including...
Okay. What he said about pesticides is good, but then again he said to eat banana peel.
The kiwi skin have become one of my go-to late night snacks. Do you scoop out the inside with a spoon? Well, you're missing out. You can triple the fiber intake when you eat the entire kiwi. Just make sure...
Man, this is the worst doctor ever in the history of anything. He's obsessed with fiber, which is inedible and indigestible.
Sure that you wash it well and possibly go for the organic.
It's so ridiculous, this video.
Possible pesticide exposure.
I can't believe
While it
that
might make
people
you
don't
sick
get
to your
it.
stomach to think about, an animal stomach shouldn't. Tripe refers to the edible muscle walls of the stomachs of animals like cows,
Again, how do these things mix together?
buffalo, and sheep who have multiple compartments in their stomachs. Tripe is low in calories, yet rich in protein, vitamin B12, and the minerals zinc and selenium. The one food that you should never eat. Although if you swallow one whole, I guess it's not that big of a deal. Cherry pits. Inside of them, if they are crushed, there is a compound known as prussic acid, which is essentially cyanide. So do not chew on...
You already recommended eating the strawberry stems which have cyanide, but this you don't recommend.
on cherry pits. Spit them out. Thank you.
You have really horrible, ignorant, misleading videos. This is one of the worst videos I've seen on YouTube, simply because it is very dangerous for people to hear this kind of information from a doctor, which people see as a figure of authority, and people are sheep, and they will take things that a doctor says seriously when it comes to health, even though obviously people like you don't understand anything about nutrition, which we already know, but also about simple foods, which we naturally understand that we shouldn't eat. Realistically, if you would be adding this stuff to your diet, not the organs, of course, then you could potentially get sick from them. And if it would be the only thing that you would be eating, then you would eventually die. Thanks for watching.